Hi, I am Aruni. I am a tarot reader, and I'm here to teach you how to do tarot readings in a simple and straightforward manner. We are using Morgan Greer. Lots of people say that the images in the Morgan Greer pack are the closest to the original tarot images. Today, we are going to deal with another issue, a new issue. We have looked at the cards and we have said that each one has a meaning, apart of course from the court cards, the page, the knight, the queen and the king, which have two meanings, because it's one meaning as all of the cards, plus they can be people in the life of your client. And we were looking at spreads, and we have been dealing with this pyramid, triangle, some people call it this way, some people call it. We were saying also that it's important to have to develop this relationship of trust with your cards, in which when the client makes the shuffling, the cards are ready and prepared to answer any question. And we have seen a spread in which the client began with the sun, which means we were saying that the sun card in itself represents success, but when the sun card comes as the first of a reading, it means everything and anything is going to turn for the better. Now, there was an interesting issue, and the client is in the right to inquire, but we are ending with the chaos card. If we began with the success and end with the chaos, does that mean that my life is going to go to pot, as everything is going to fail and things are not going to work? And I would say that it is very likelihood that that's not the way it seems, because we not only saw the sun that represents success and the empress that was progress, but then we had the world that represents achievements. So these three cards are actually very strong, the major arcana, and they're giving us in essence that the life of the client is going into higher gear. Everything is going to start working better. So it feels incongruent that it ends with a chaotic situation. So what is, it's a right question, I've been given the questions, what is the issue then now for the client? Well, what's the meaning of this chaos? What is going to produce it? And we look at the minor arcana, and the minor arcana is a thief. So now the question is, who or what is that thief? So in a sense, we already have the answer we have seen that the only obstacle, you could say, or the only obstacles were arguments. So I suppose the client has to make a decision. And we saw that the relationship of the couple was very good. So it's important that they too combine their mentalities to arrive at a decision. Otherwise, it's going to create chaos. Now, could be a difficult one, because we saw in the inner self that the card self was in there, which means the client may want to prevail over the partner, but that is what seems to be the fool appears, seems to be the warning. The fool is a warning. Wait, no. If you do not listen, you're going to get into arguments. If you are into arguments, the arguments are going to create lots of little problems. They're not difficult problems, the problems that you have the strength to defeat, to overcome. But if you don't see, as this lady is covering her eyes with a veil, if you don't want to look at them, you think, no, I'm okay, then that's going to rob you. And there's the thief. It's going to rob you of your success, of your future, of a happy ending. So there's your tower and there's the thief. So the client said, actually, I'm not quite sure about that. So let me put some more cards to put the mind of the client at peace. So the client is saying, so what is this argument about? Let's have a look. So we have our minor arcana, and to see the essence of these arguments, and we have our major arcana, and let's have a look. What is it that's producing this, or could produce these arguments? So the major arcana has spoken. It says the emperor. Now the emperor represents achievements. So how is it that achievements is creating problems? We don't know. So we look at the minor arcana. So the minor arcana is saying, fight, another argument, and this time you regret it. Okay, it seems very clear that the client has this warning, the fool, unexpected, something that you didn't expect this situation to go into chaos, but it is going because you're not looking, you're not listening, you're not getting prepared. So what is the situation to be aware of? Argument. And now, so we throw more cards to find out or to confirm what it is. And yes, you want to accomplish something, but what is it that's ruining it? Arguing. Arguments, fighting, debating. So basically, we're back to what we thought that the cards have told us, and this is only confirming. So that question is being sorted. No. You should work together, put your mentalities together and analyze your desires, your intention to end up with a fruit that is common and satisfy both of you. If one wants to prevail over the other, it will create a fight and you will be robbed of the fruit of this sun moment in which everything will be successful. Okay, the client said, yes, I'm not quite convinced. I would like to see who is this thief or what is this thief. So again, we grab our minor arcana to understand the essence of the question, and we take our major arcana, sorry, the other way around. The major arcana will give us the essence, and the minor will give us a little bit of insight or detail. So what is this thief that can produce this chaos? Or who or what is it? And the major arcana is saying traveling. So I don't know how traveling is involved in this thief or problem. So we look at the minor arcana. The minor arcana has now two situations. One is a heartache, and the other one is a doubt. So in regard to what? To traveling. I wouldn't say necessarily in regard to traveling, but it's a position. Sometimes the traveling, the cards sometimes give you a journey or a trip as a sense of measuring chronology. In this case, I wouldn't think that is the case, but I'm bearing in mind, okay, so it's some going backwards and forwards basically about what, because this is going to ruin my future. So I want to know what is it that is stealing a good fruit. And it looks like, well, in the past, now if you look at this card, this is a heartache. Now what is the problem with the situation in which there is a heartache in the heart of a client? That the client is not going to have trust. Why? Because he did in the past, and it was broken and it was misused, that trust. So the client now does not have the ability to trust, let's say, the present partner, because a previous partner might have done some damage in regard to trusting. So, okay, if trust is a problem, and trust could actually rob you of the future that you are being promised, and it creates chaos, what is it that you have to do about it? And he says here, well, the problem is that it creates a doubt. Now this doubt is been there for quite some time. And how do we know that? Well, there is a moon in this card. A moon represents a period of confusion in which the client don't know what to do. So if we are seeing that is a doubt and a moon that is disappearing, if you allow me to go back to the mind, when we looked at the mind had not been able to make decision because there was a moon there. Moon represents confusion. Everything is veiled. I don't know in which way to go. Should I do? Should I come? Should I stay? So now what we're looking at when we began the reading was that this moon period, a period of confusion, is coming to an end, and now the client is entering into a sun period, a period in which everything will be successful. But the client is just about to come out of this. That's why there's a tiny moon left. So the client is not completely cured of the heartaches from the past, and therefore that creates distrust, and the lack of trust creates arguments. The arguments turn into a fight. The fight are regrettable because they will create chaos, and they will rob the client of the fruit that is being promised by the previous cards. You have the sun that says that everything is going to turn really well, And in terms of trusting your partner, I believe that in both the house and the house of the self, the world shows that the client is going for his ambitions, the fulfillment of their ambitions. But the partner of the client is deeply in love with the client, and in fact is to help the client to defeat every obstacle in life. So these two must work together to overcome whatever difficulty exists rather than fight between them two. If they do fight between them two, that is going to rob them and it's going to produce chaos. If they don't fight, if they work together, then they have the angel looking after them, because it's a house of emotions. Them two as a couple are blessed, and that brings security, perfection. So I think the issue has been resolved, and the client has to be told, yes, I could see that you might have difficulty trusting your partner for whatever reasons in the past, but now that you are at a different historical point in your life, the person you're with loves you very much, very deeply, because you have your car attraction there in the house of the partner, and this is a person that helps you to overcome whatever possible obstacles. So trust your partner. There is a lot of love, the relationship is blessed, and there is security. And there you have it, folks. Thank you for watching. This is Tarot by Aruni. Please give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends if you like what you've seen, and please subscribe. Thank you.